Greetings and good morning, everybody. Welcome to a fabulous Friday. That's right. It is a TGIF moment in your life. Another week gone in the history books, along with Jimmy Kimmel, which we'll talk about. And what's great is Scott Westbrook dropped 5 Culture Casino memberships. My goodness, what a way to start a Friday. Let's see if we can keep it up. We're aiming for 100. 100 memberships. We got 5 all the way, 95 to go. Thank you for that. Let's see what we can do. Look at all the people out there. The beautiful people. Scott Westbrook, thank you. Little Chef and Chef are in the house. Hello, Chef Nation. We got Ms. Pitt Cafe. I will be taking a look at that chat, and if I like it, I will put them up there, those emojis you dropped. I just opened the Discord, as a matter of fact, so as soon as we're done, I'll take a look at it. O.C. Dobbins in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're being safe. Caledon 910, your favorite radio station, is in the house. We got a lovely set of gifties from our wonderful moderator friend. In fact, the mensch of wrenches, Eric K, for 10 Culture Casino memberships. Thank you for that, Eric K. We have 15 in to a massive number, and that would all be because of you. All right, we got more folks out there. We got the history itself in the chat. That'd be Griffin saying hi to people. D-Bud Martin, another of the glorious storied wrenches in the house. Good to see you. And of course, our own polar bear. Wait, we're Snorty Bear now? YouTube is giving me problems. I will never give you problems. I think you're great. Let's see. Okay, it's either Cho or Chow time. I'll say both ways is pretty cool. Cho is a cool character, and Chow time indeed. Thank you. We got a lot going on today. We got to talk about some of this crazy out there. I may have made a new friend. Somebody who climbs into the belly of the beast of the Wackaloons and infiltrates them, and then brings back messages of hope. And then, of course, I've got Frank here as well. But I'm not kidding. We may have a special guest on Sunday. We'll have to see. Or maybe it'll be another Sunday. I want to say thank you to Flying Blind on Rocket Cycle for a $3 super sticker with my favorite little puppers, a Shiba Inu, waving, saying, how's it going? It's going great, my friend. Thank you for being here. We got one more super chat. Happened at the top of the hour, right at the beginning of the day. I just want to say thank you. Thank you to the amazing Archer Merchant for 5 Culture Casino cash. Says, I'll be back and forth because of work, but does this mean there could be 7 in the unemployment line instead of just 1? It's possible. Could happen. And, that's a good conversation. What a great way to start the show. All the lovely gifties everywhere. We got 17 seconds till I start talking really fast. And then we've got a lot of bonus time today, kids. So buckle up. We're going to talk about some stuff. Good morning, Juliet. Thank you for doing what you do. You guys are amazing. Longest Parsec was here, I think, first. Well done. And Jan Monroe. Hello. All right, friends. Well, 6 minutes starts now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are and whenever you're watching. Thanks for checking out the 6 Minute Daily. In fact, go check out Clifflex, who just dropped an amazing super duper chat, which we'll get to after we run through all the stories, which we've got plenty. Like Damon Lindelof threatens that he will not work with Disney until the Kimmel live show is reinstated. Don't make us any wonderful promises, Lindelof. You are a hack at best. So I can't in good conscience do what? Make something good? Jeez. Nexstar denies that the Jimmy Kimmel suspension was due to FCC pressure. No, they have an audience and they have people that pay them in the form of commercials to put on shows. They did not want Jimmy Kimmel show. And look, the vast majority of people didn't, and we'll get to that in the bonus time segment. But look, Jon Stewart's going to host The Daily Show, or did last night, because of the pause in the Kimmel show. That'll teach them, oh, wait, no, that's opportunistic, and if anybody paints it in any other way, they're a hack. We've got David Letterman lamenting Jimmy Kimmel's suspension. This is misery! You have been watching the wrong movie, dude. This is this is just desserts, and your worldwide pants bologna sausage is one of the reasons we're in this rabbit hole. Brendan Carr sets his sights on The View. Well, yeah, I mean, I would. What about you guys? You think The View is hot garbage? I would say, Shaw. But we'll have to see what actually comes of this, because, to be fair, Brendan Carr didn't do anything with Kimmel. It was affiliates. Anybody telling you differently is a lie. Disney themselves are the ones that pulled the trigger. Guys, wake up. I'm having to say this to people that are in the industry right now, people that I respect. I just sent a tweet a few moments ago to be like, don't peddle the garbage. Don't be secondhand garbage, please. I'm tired of it. I had to correct that super lefty David Pakman yesterday. You guys should not talk about things you don't understand. Disney, the affiliates, and the sponsors made the decision about Kimmel, not the FCC. Let's be clear. All right, moving on. We had a terrible incident occur, which doesn't make a lot of sense. A rider on a new roller coaster at Epic Universe suffered blunt impact injuries and died of same. The man was a user of a wheelchair, and we didn't get any other details other than he died of his injuries. So how those injuries occurred, I don't feel like we know. And when we do, I think it's going to tell kind of a sad story. We got Charlie Kirk, show producer, saying Charlie loved being in South Park. He truly did. He talked about it. And he would want the episode back up. And I think I agree with that completely. I think he kind of leaned into it. Speaking of leaning into stuff, Erica is now going to be leaning into running Turning Point USA. That's right. She's the new CEO, and I couldn't think of a better person. These people were intertwined and amazing. And if you never got a chance to see an event, well, you should now, because I think Eric is going to do a great job. Looking forward to that this year. We got Intel's best day since the 1980s, helped Wall Street drive their numbers up. This next, few hours is going to give them a great winning week. Trump is now asking the Supreme Court for the emergency order to remove Lisa Cook and give him the authority that, he already has. We've got the Nexstar Sinclair Media, and these are the people who removed this moron from the air. By the way, only 129,000 viewers in the demo. Dude, how is this guy still on the air? You give me that spot, I think I'm going to be A, more funny, and B, more accurate. Not to mention C, more engaging, which means there'll be more people watching me. I mean, look at me. Come on. Harvard Business School graduate was arrested on charges he cheated fellow alums out of $4 million. Sounds about right. Sounds like everyday business to me. And the FTC sues Ticketmaster for saying that it forces fans to pay more for concerts and events. That cannot be argued. And I think we're coming to the end of the ticket services. Federal watchdog report on Georgia's Medicaid program raises concerns about administrative costs. I've been concerned about that everywhere, including in education. We've got Australia warning social media platforms against age verification for everybody. Well, yeah, they just want the kids for now. They're going to slow roll this out to be an authoritarian government like China. Let's wake up, people. We've got a bear running alongside a highway. This is our bear story for the day. And here's some footage. Let's take a look. We got the Popo riding here. Actually, California Highway Patrol. And apparently, partly, the passerby there just told the cop that there was a bar up there. And there's the bear. See the bear on the right-hand side? Looky, looky. Oh, no. Oh, there he goes. Don't get hit by a car. All right. Anyway, I thought you guys would like that one. He was fine. I thought you would enjoy it. I enjoyed it. Hopefully the rest of you did. All right, folks, we got bonus time because it's a Friday. I've got lots of supers from each and every one of you, which is great. Keeping the channel alive, keeping me alive. I might be able to have ramen. Nah, I love it. You guys, I love it. The generous gifties are incredible. And of course, the gifties for all of the memberships are incredible. We're going to try to push that number over 100. We're at 15 now. But there is a superstar in the chat that I pointed out, Clifflix. You're going to have to go check out his channel. You will feel better. It will make your day better if you check out Clifflix. He sent 2 super chats. Very generous, kind person. Believe it or not, you are watching something made by a kind person. Those are rare. I have to say thank you. He says, as much as I can't stand The View, and no matter how much they make me want to vomit, I'm concerned about trend of canceling stuff we don't like. I'm not really a big fan of quote unquote canceling things. Cancel culture, I think, has been misused. And again, I have a lot of friends that have not had the opportunity to read what's actually happening in the background when it comes to the Kimmel show. Kimmel was an anchor anyway, and we'll get to that story. I have that story for you in bonus time. But Kimmel was an anchor anyway. You cannot pull 129,000 in the demo and call yourself a show. You can't. There's nobody watching. The same problem with Colbert. Colbert's supposedly the number one show. How'd that work out? So losing millions of dollars. You can't call yourself a for-profit network if you cannot make a profit. But I like I said, your sentiment is in the right place. It's where mine is as well. If it's commercially viable, it should exist. I'm going to say this: I don't think you're going to have anywhere near the similar reasoning that Disney has to get rid of Kimmel for The View, because there are a lot of misinformed ladies that watch that, and that's okay. I mean, where else are you going to get quality misinformation and hyperbole? Well, everywhere on the internet, of course, but that show, not so much. They occasionally dial it in, especially when they're forced to read a legal note so that they don't end up sued. But no, I understand your sentiment, and I agree with you. But The View could get canceled for a whole host of other reasons. Legally, they can put themselves in hot water multiple times a week. Saying things that are as statements or statements of fact rather than opinion puts you rather at odds, especially since that show is classified as a news program. So there's that one. We got another one from Clifflex here in a minute, but SFX F314 Sabretooth Raptor in the house for $2. Sent you a ship design seen on comics last night. Thank you, my friend. I will go searching for it. Hopefully I can show it on Monday. And I have to tell you, my friend, your ship designs are wonderful. And I hope he showed it. I was taking care of domestic needs last evening. We've got Robert in the house. Great to see you, my friend. It says, hit the like button. Hey, Cece, is today the day? Not today, but real soon, my friend. It's great to see you, Robert. When are you going to make the next movie? I want to be in the next movie. Yeah. I can drive to your neck of the woods. Oregon's beautiful this time of year. We got Clifflix again with more money, more problems, more ladies, more problems. And Clifflix says the best canceling happens when the free market does it. Indeed, I am with you 1,000%. But in this case, the 2 largest affiliate groups, which is Sinclair and the other one, Nexstar, they pulled the plug on this. They said, we're not going to air your programming. That's not good for a network. Networks sell programming. They sell the affiliation to their programming. And if they're not going to take the programming, the national ads won't run in the right spots. Yeah, I can see Disney realizing, hey, a quarter of our affiliates are really not down with this clown. See, I rhymed it, down with the clown. See, I'm almost like Pro, almost. Uh, or I should say he's almost like me. But anyway. And guys, you should be watching Pro's videos every day. You get 4 of them. He's putting out more stuff than I am, which I didn't think was possible. But he's one of my friends, guys. But anyway, they just weren't making money. There's no reason to have it on there. So I would say the market was involved in this when ratings fall so badly that it chokes off the money that funds it. A capitalist free market does this. All things every day. Indeed, this is what I love. This is the man. Go look at this channel. It's right there. First of all, it'll make you feel better. Something about Cliff Lakes. That channel makes you feel better. So go there once a day. It'll make you feel better. Seriously. You know what used to make me feel better? It was when Jonas was still running regularly. Everything Woke About was great. Right now, he would have to have a 2-hour special on Elio and similar programs. Disney is not let up on releasing the garbage, but hey, if I had one, I would obviously not let up on releasing the Kraken. Okay, enough dumb stuff. It's good to see you all. Thank you. You are on fire. All right, let's get down to what we got to talk about today. And Jonas is awesome. Jonas is a pal. Jonas is a friend. Jonas is amazing sauce. Amazing sauce. He's not just amazing. He has sauce with him. And you know, the best things come with sauce. How did that get going in my head? I don't know. I know this much. We got Lee Kindler. What's up? Says to borrow a quote from the film Doomsday. They started this fire. Now they can burn in it. Did I say it right? But yeah, true story. That's a great quote. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Lee, amazing sauce. Amazing. Jared goes, at this point, it's just job security for everyone. That points out does need hypocrisy. Well, look, my job is to point out hypocrisy and put it on display, dance it around the room, which is why I don't want to cancel everything. And just because I don't like something, if there's millions of people that do, good. The free market wins. You know, if you have some people that love the ladies of the View, and there are some. Let's be fair. Good. It's when you are touted as a news program, and this is Disney's biggest problem. But you're touted as a news program so you can receive false accolades, because that's what Disney does. You might have an issue, because that'll put you right under the microscope of the FCC. Again, the only reason that you possess are allowed to possess the broadcast waves, the airwaves, is because you are providing that quote unquote news service. So there's that. Look, Commander Ed Straker of Shadow, I would encourage pants, okay, or shorts. But I would, you don't know. You could stand up. People could be looking through the window. You don't know. And then they're going to see your stripy undies. I'm just saying. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Jeff's in the house says the View provides us with lots of great comedy content. That's actually true. They present the news and a whole lot of other garbage. Yeah. I mean, look, you know, some of us need more things to be provided that we can take to the trash. You gotta have something in the trash can. Most of the View is the garbage, right? Our good friend Archer Merchant again drops a super duper chat. He was number one. He is now this one. Archer Merchant says, left you a little gifty super early because of work, unfortunately. Feels like now that there's accountability. Yeah, I think that's probably the more accurate conversation. I think when I was talking to, unfortunately, I got distracted by philosophy. But when I was talking about that yesterday on the Pro Show live, I mean, that's where we are. We are firmly both feet in accountability culture. I don't think it's cancel culture. I mean, you can say a lot of dumb stuff and still not find yourself under the microscope. I think moving forward, it's going to be interesting. And thank you for this, Archer. I appreciate it. You were very appreciated here. So yeah, they don't know what to do. They are appealing to sympathy, victimized, yeah, claiming victimhood. That's true, but no problem disrespecting. No, they're still taking shots. See, this is the other thing. We want your sympathy, but we're gonna, throw this roundhouse kick at you while we're begging for sympathy. Yeah, it doesn't work. You know, um, it just doesn't. Did you guys like the thumbnail today? I mean, I took a picture, I borrowed it, did a little bit of changes here and there, but I thought that was a pretty fun thumbnail today. I thought so. A moment for pop culture and hope. All right, today's history, guys, from Griffin. In September 1952, The Adventures of Superman TV series starring George Reeves premieres in syndication. It spanned 6 seasons into color television. Wow. Amazing sauce. Let's see. Look at all these people here. Juliet's greeting everybody. She's not calling names, guys. She's saying hi to people. See, that's funny to me. That's funny. Scott Miller's out there saying, Walter Kim gave the best 90-second explanation when talking to Megyn Kelly. I didn't get a chance to see Megyn Kelly yesterday. I saw like 2 clips. Oh, I'm building a montage, kids. The montage for the next the next either special edition or the next Tuesday version of Thank You for Your Attention to This Matter podcast. You guys are going to dig. You're going to dig it. You gotta fill your bag of trash to make it worthwhile. That's right. When you walk that thing out to the curb. Do you know how many times I have to go to the garbage can with trash bags? I mean, it's insane. Especially like on a day where it's you got to trim down and prune all the plants. It's crazy. And normally I would use that material for composting and things like that, but that doesn't work when it just doesn't work. Because I got too much of it, much too much. We got a member here that is now celebrating a 1-month span. That's right, Maddie is celebrating a month, and for whatever reason, I cannot find the celebration bit, but I can say that Maddie says, "Happy weekend, happy weekend to you, Maddie." Thanks for being out there. Thank you for spending your time and your money on the Culture Casino channel. You guys, I appreciate each and every one of you and your support. You really do make a difference, whether or not you believe it. All right, let's get to some of these bonus stories because we got some. We got it. Let me see if I can find the one I'm looking for. I still haven't found the one I'm looking for. There are a lot of good ideas. There are a lot of bad ideas. And the thing that hits me the hardest is that, unfortunately, Hollywood Reporter is the king of bad ideas when it comes to this Kimmel story. So let's take a look at Bad Idea Genes, the magazine, otherwise known as the Hollywood Reporter. Here we go. All right, this needs to be shrunken. 2 heads for one of yours. All right, that's an old Disneyland joke from the Jungle Cruise. How Jimmy Kimmel might have just been sacrificed for a multi-billion-dollar deal. Does that seem right? Disney needs this football thing to happen. They're trying to squish NFL, ESPN together in a sandwich. I don't think it's going to get approved regardless. It shouldn't. We already have massive issues with the NFL that have not yet been addressed. Um, and the fact that a recent court ruling showed just how one-sided any kind of NFL dealing is when it comes to anybody but the NFL. They are not allowed to use arbitration in circumstances in which it favors the NFL. And by the way, every single contract, every single interaction with the NFL is always favoring them in such an extreme way. They can't be a fair arbiter. So you can't find a fair arbiter either. So we're going to start seeing some deals and many other things unravel in the NFL. I'm not sure if Disney wants to hitch their wagon to that right yet anyway, but that's what they're suggesting here. That you may not be too familiar with Nexstar CEO Perry Sook, but he and his company are a big reason that Kimmel is off the air. They're trying to leverage and say that Nexstar and Sinclair also have deals that are in the pot, not just the NFL deal with Disney. So they could have approached this from three different angles, but he does own local stations from Tampa to Burlington to Portland, Oregon, and KTLA Los Angeles. Yes. If Kimmel is not getting support from the KTLA station, what is that telling you? It doesn't matter if it's affiliated directly with doesn't matter if it's affiliated directly with ABC or just one of many that he owns. That's a lot. As you scroll through there, Sook decided to undertake the activist elimination mission himself. They say, even if it involved more than a little intervention on his own part. Not long after FCC Chair Brendan Carr told podcaster Benny Johnson that he was putting Kimmel on notice for the host's comments about alleged Charlie Kirk assassin Tyler Robinson, Sook and Nexstar Broadcasting Division President Andrew Alford decided to inform Disney executives their company would be preempting Jimmy Kimmel on 30 or so ABC stations it owned. By the time at the end of the day, between Nexstar and Sinclair and a company called Tegna that they're trying to acquire, this is about a quarter of all of the affiliate stations. Disney technically owns 8. Another piece of information I don't think a lot of people paid a lot of attention to. So, look, when your sponsors, those would be the people who actually have commercials, are calling the affiliate stations and saying, we don't want any part of this Kimmel guy, you got a problem. Not to mention the fact that if you're, Nexstar specifically, and you own a piece of a news network out there, one that's just starting to move and flourish, yeah, things are going to move quickly. So I have a feeling Kimmel's not coming back. I don't think this will go the way that he and his camp think. And the fact that Kimmel was accused of getting ready to double down, I think that will also be a problem. Because that's what Kimmel was going to do. He was going to double down on his terribleness. And what I thought was funny about that, and again, this show can at times be maybe a little rambling, but it's because I want to bring all of you actual news and information because I think that's my job. It kind of doesn't matter what threats are on the table. And there are lots of threats politically from both sides. Let's take a look at one of them, which I think is laughable, that Blaze Media covered this morning. I'm going to drop that one here and put another one up. You see, Democrats open congressional investigation into cancellation of Jimmy Kimmel's show. It doesn't matter. This is capitalism, as Clifflick's already described. That's what this is, my friends. That's what it is. You know. But you know what? What's great is that Clifflicks actually has a different opinion than me. So I'm going to bring it up. And who says I don't entertain different opinions? I think all of you are great. So, of course, I do. Says, I will bet my life that Burbank will bring back Kimmel. He speaks their mind. I love the way you put that. Every night, and they won't surrender, quote unquote, the message. They live for it. Well, Disney in particular does. But here's the problem in it. This like I said, I brought two of the deals into play. One that Nexstar is going to be dealing with, and obviously the NFL one that Disney needs to go their way. And if they're not on the right side of Brendan Carr, do you think that's going to happen? Because they only have one little mambly-pambly little Democrat governor that I guess, or whatever you call those people, secretary, I don't know, the underlings to Brendan Carr. You only have one of those that sounds like a brown shirt talking box that clearly didn't think about anything before they do it. So let me tell you, that gets old fast. The What I look at though, Clifflix, is that they may bring him back, but I don't think it's going to be in the same window. It might start at the same time. It won't end at the same time. And they've got to rally people to actually support the show. Right now, I don't believe in that they have that. I'm going to try to talk this weekend with Valiant and Pro and see what their takeaways are. But when I look at it, there's no finances there to back up this thing existing. And I mean, honestly, can't we just point to the fact that there were like 12 protesters total? Half of them were actually photographers. I mean, there's really not a lot of people there. There had one person at Disney recently that showed up to support Kimmel. One. I think you're right. I think they'll take every opportunity they can get. I just don't think they're going to get said opportunity. I could be wrong. You guys are smarter than I am. I just, collate things. But you guys are amazing. Do check out the Discord. If you're not there already, you are more welcome than you could imagine. The link is in the chat. What else we got out there? We got our good friend, Commander Ed Straker of Shadow. Man, I hope you get out of that location as soon as possible, brother. For dropping a massive $10, just like Cliff Licks. You guys are incredible people. I really appreciate it. Says Adam Carolla's view on Jimmy Kimmel is different. He still doesn't think Jimmy's a POS. Shouldn't be. Oh, the show. Sorry, that Jimmy's show shouldn't be nuked because of politics, but due to ratings, affiliate advertising, and Disney Corp's should be honest. Look, I think the Disney Corp's wants to blame it on anybody that's not them. Disney Corp has a bad habit of keeping bad people and getting rid of good people. And there's that. And they knew they were going to lose the Gina Carano lawsuit. I just think Gina just got tired. At a certain point, you get tired. And if you're going to get some form of recompense and an apology, sometimes it's worth it. Anyway, I thought you guys would appreciate the story here. Blaze Media has a nice write up. You can go check it out. But they can investigate all they want. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Commander Ed Straker Shadow, thank you for that. A few of the folks in the chat. It's good to see you all. I can't believe it. Eric K for 5. Culture Casino cash on top of the amazing gifties he gave a few moments ago. Says Kimmel was getting 129,000. Yeah, in the demo, 18 to 49. These are the people who buy things. Yeah. Yeah, because when you get to be my age, you stop buying things. You start trying to get rid of stuff. You're like, what the heck did I need this for? In your life, there are 2 phases. One, getting stuff. And the second phase is getting rid of stuff. Especially, I'm contemplating a cross-country move. So I have too much stuff. Yeah, that's life. But yes, you're correct, Eric K. You are correct, sir. All right. My phone just buzzed. Let me make sure it's not something important. Ah, the boss has reached her destination. All right. Am I changing my time too? Yes. My time change may come sooner rather than later, or it may come at the same time that the country does the stupid time change. By the way, can we all just agree? No more time changes. We get to a nice 3-hour, 4-hour time zone spread, other than Hawaii and Alaska. But on the mainland, that's it. We're done. No more shifting. There's zero reason to shift. That's it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Hey, Humphrey Bear. Good to see you. The View is next. It has to go. Look, they're awful. I look, I'm not going to lie. I don't lie to you guys. Okay? They're awful. They produce garbage. But there is a commercial value there. And that's ultimately all that matters. Commercial value. Commercial value. That's what it is. I mean, I could make an argument that you could eliminate. Who could you eliminate? Rolling Stone as a magazine. Because right now it's just one of the series of tabloids that Penske Media has turned all of their properties into. Whether it be Deadline, formerly Nikki Fink, Variety, which used to be the paper of record in Hollywood, Hollywood Reporter, which was always a little more risky edge kind of a thing. Those 3 are all Penske Media. Those 3 trades are now tabloids. Sharon Waxman has her own problems. She went completely TDS wackadoodle and destroyed her what seemed like completely balanced reporting up until that point with the Wrap. But the Wrap's hot garbage now. So it's a lot there. But look, let's take a look at some other aspects of this story specifically, because I have a couple others I want to get to. Let's go to like a news outlets version of this, or news wire, or something that we used to call somewhat reputable. Ba-da-da-dum. Da-da-da-dum. All right, anyway, it's a song. You guys are gonna be like, what is he doing? Window select. Boom shakalaka. Okay. Let's go to this. So, as controversy swirls around late night TV, does it? I think the controversy is, does it need to exist anymore? Because it doesn't generate revenue. Here's what a new poll shows about who still watches. Okay. When the AP puts a poll in front of us, take it with not just a grain of salt, but like a dump truck full. Because the AP is oftentimes skewing data to try to invent, create, or pretend they cover things that are relevant. According to this, a new poll finds that while most Americans don't watch them regularly, the ones that do make such programming part of their routine. And they're more likely to be dun 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 Democrats. Yeah. Only about 1/4 of Americans say they watched a late night talk show or variety show at least monthly in the last year. That's an awful lot of caveats. I mean, people could imagine, oh, you know what? I think I recently just watched, Fallon, something like that. It's all garbage. And more people say that they catch late night TV segments online through recirculated clips. That's more believable, right? I think so. The poll comes at a time when Donald Trump has celebrated Kimmel's suspension. Yeah. Colbert's cancellation. Yeah. But the president's not alone. And this is something these guys don't get. The FCC man in charge, that would be Carr, is trying to root out what he describes as liberal bias from networks. I'd be okay with that. In follow-up interviews, several Republicans said they used to enjoy late night shows, but now feel they are too political, and well, in that they only target one side of the equation. What I feel is really funny is they're going to try to paint the Republicans as old. The largest shifting demographic in political parties right now is young people headed towards Republicans, but we don't want to talk about that. But Democrats are more likely to be regularly watching late night talk shows. What does that tell you? I don't know. All I know is this. I have zero interest in the material that's pumped out by a lot of them. I think that the View is useful for a lot of different reasons. And, I think I have a less negative feeling for them existing. But at the same time, it doesn't make sense that they exist in the first place. So let's grab the rest of the supers because we have some people waiting, and I don't want to make you guys wait. Okay. Like Archer Merchant here for 2. Culture Casino Cash says, feels like the first time. Oh, that's a song lyric. Says, feels like they forgot who paid the bills and they FAFO'd. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, your audience pays the bills ultimately. And they do so through the affiliate networks who sound like they weren't going to air the programming, right? If you don't have somebody airing the stuff you do, your quote unquote art, are you really an artist? No. Because believe me, I tried art. The wonderful Tabitha here on the platform. Dreaming Tabitha taught me a little bit of how to paint. I painted the Epcot ball in the distance, the spaceship Earth. I painted that sitting on one of the golf courses that can be found around Disney because there are more than one golf course. That was kind of fun. I had a really good time learning how to do it. Pretty great. And but if I did that and nobody saw it, am I an artist? I don't know. Thank you for that, Arthur Merchant. We got another generous super chat from one of the greats. One of the greats, D. Bud Martin says, being a West Coaster, I'll be missing the 6-minute daily with the schedule change next week, heading to work or asleep still. But we'll always have the replay gang. That's right. Hashtag replay gang. And blame Andre and blame Tom. Yes, please. Yes, please. Looking forward to that, by the way. I don't mind the time change going one direction. The other direction, I hate it. I mean, 6 months of my life is lived a little earlier than I may want to. You know? You know what I mean? Eric K says for 5, Culture Casino Cash. Kimmel was getting 120. I already got that one. Did I do that one twice? Colbert is definitely bleeding money, and the lawsuit is an excuse to get rid of a failing show. Yeah. Thank you, Eric K. I got partially through that, I guess. Um, and then our good friend from Canada, because he's a Canadian, is Randall Orser for 6 Culture Casino cash, I think. Is it 6 or 5? I don't know. It's hard to tell with that Canadian money. Anyway, says it's older people watching it while falling asleep. They sell they sell late night as a sleep aid. Yeah, well, that makes sense. Now, before, I don't think you fell asleep before Carson was over. Likely during the band playing the show out. Um, like you said, I lived in the Carson era long enough to remember watching Carson for all of the guests. By the way, that was the true like late night show. You know, it had all the hallmarks. The pre-interviews were done properly. Oftentimes that would go completely off the rails, especially with a guest like Jonathan Winters, and like Robin Williams or somebody like that who would definitely decide that it was their show for the next 15 minutes and you were just sitting there. But yeah, and then it got into something too formulaic to duplicate because duplicating it became boring. These guys are boring. They're not funny. I've been funny in a long time. John Gibson, what's going on, my friend? John says, the talking idiots on late night have a complete lack of self awareness. This is true. I think the phrase is there, but for the grace of God. Yes, go I. They are one crazed or angry person from similar. You know what? That's true. Man, that's a great observation, John. The angry everyman. That's me. I'm the angry everyman. But you guys lift my spirits every day. Clifflicks, apparently, Clifflicks either robbed a bank or hit the lottery. I'll just say thank you to my friend here and say the $10 super duper chat is appreciated. We say, end woke. And the wokesters say, why are they asking me to stop being a good person? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to stop here. Well, no, I'll finish reading because I need it within context. They will not stop until they realize woke is toxic to everybody. They will keep trying to be quote unquote good people. Okay. I'm glad I didn't break this up because Clifflix is 100% right. They have not yet realized they are in their villain arc. They are. You are being a bad people because your attempts to quote unquote balance the scales of social justice. There isn't anything. There's nothing does that. People have been harmed throughout history to varying degrees. So trying to build a scale there, it doesn't work. You can try, but that doesn't work. Not at all. Not at all. Maravita over there, dropping the 4-month super duper chat, says, I think Disney will try to save Kimmel with everything they have. I doubt it will be enough. And Kimmel just got a wake up slap. I think he's had many of them throughout his career. He's always been kind of a douche, Maravita. I mean, let's just be honest about it. He was serviceable. He was very funny way back in the 90s. The 80s to the 90s, he was serviceable. He and Adam Carolla together kind of held things together. After that, I don't know. Didn't go so well. But I just want to say Clifflix was right. That's a great way to look at it. John Gibson for another 5 Culture Casino cash. Thank you, my friend. Much appreciated. You guys should hit that thumbs up button on our friends. Their contributions are extraordinary. Um, I'm going to put the heart emojis on everybody's comments, which will take me a second. Please hold. All right, let's keep going. John says, if the Charlotte transit situation happened in New York, would it have been news? I'm sorry, any kind of gruesome, overt act like that would have been news. Um, but if anybody had flinched that direction in New York, you would have had a Daniel Penny situation again. Look, I can never excuse that type of situation, the wanton, willing taking of somebody's life for no gain, just for, you know, the purpose of killing somebody. That's disgusting enough. That person should not be a part of society ever again. The problem is 14 previous crimes, this person was not held accountable. And that's the problem is you put unqualified people, and in this case, the magistrate judge who should not have been in that position at all, releasing people on their own recognizance with a history of violent crime. You're asking for a problem. And, perhaps we start holding judges accountable in situations like this specifically. I think that would change. Things. To be fair, and if they don't get rid of that judge in North Carolina's toast. How you guys, which I believe you're a red state, how you ended up with, the mamby-pamby like makeup that you have of your state government blows my mind. I have friends in North Carolina. I'm never moving to North Carolina. I like South Carolina a lot, but I think I've already settled in and set my sights. So there's that. Action Com comes through with another $10 super duper chat. What's up, Action Com? Action Com is the person that keeps track of things for Midnight's Edge in the morning and has done all kinds of efforts to make sure that they stay on the straight and narrow and present things properly. So, Action Com says the Bush-Iraq War era entertainment hosts, Stewart, Colbert, Kimmel, The View, seem to be falling away. You know what? That's a good observation. Have their careers run their course or have times changed on them? I think times have changed, and I think they've also run their course. I think it's both things. Look around, Action Coms specifically, and people who are movie buffs. What is the normal cycle of a movie star? How many films do they normally get? Is there room for people who aren't Nepo babies in Hollywood? Doesn't seem like it because we don't seem to make as many movies. A lot of various things happened while we were all like locked away in our homes because of a global crisis that came about from some questionable actions. So would anybody say that's where things changed? I would. Nobody trusts Hollywood, the government, individual corporations. I could probably name on one hand the number of corps I think are always trying to do the right thing and yet still are able to pursue a profit. Other than that, we have exceeded the greed cycle in ways I didn't think possible. Somebody decided to take greed is good and go global. And the spreadsheet warriors out there who never done anything practical nor even understand the actions or the reactions to the things that they do on paper don't get what the outside world looks like and what the outside world will ultimately look like if they keep pursuing this path. It's a completely different conversation, of course, but one worth having at some point. Our friend Snowdub over there at Snowdub Entertainment. You can find the Cotton Connection over there on the regular, which occasionally has people like me with skin. Otherwise, it's very fluffy over there. Snowdub says, "Are you available for Friday night funk tonight?" I don't know, man. Let me double check. I have a massive project to do outside of the greenhouses to make sure all of my fall crops are ready to go. But I will shoot me a text message, bro. Shoot me a text. And thank you for the $2 super chat. Our wonderful friend Maravita, once again, Maravita, you will never know anything about my home. For 10 Culture Casino caches, I agree. He has always been a douche. However, he has never had real consequences to his actions. Nope. He just discovered that his star power is really sucks. Yeah. No, I think that's well said. And you're correct. It does really suck. Super duper suck. But look, I mean, this has not gone unnoticed across the board. Okay. I got a few more stories and then we'll wrap up the bonus time because we've only got about 20 minutes left. But I'll still be here for 20 minutes. I'm not going anywhere. I just want to say thank you to T. Neal, T. Neal 89, who supports everybody everywhere, it seems. Thank you, T. Neal. Much appreciated. T. Neal says, oh, boo-hoo. Let us play a sad song for them on the world's smallest violin. Okay. Okay, that was maybe not a song, but it was fun. Thank you, T. Neal. Yeah, well, yeah. D-Bud Martin. Look at that. He sends a membership message. D-Bud has been here for 44 months, guys. D-Bud, amazing. Thank you for your support, my friend. And for your wrenching. The Everywhere Wrench says, I blame Mexican Iron Man for everything. Well, so do I. It's definitely Mikey's fault. Oh, I love this audience. Oh my gosh. I have the best chat on all platforms. All of them. Everybody. You guys are the best. I got the best wrenches. I got the best around. Six is out there today. The greatest researcher on the planet. And apparently a memory that you don't want to challenge. And believe it or not, a friend never sounds like he never sounds like a friend, when he and I get on stage. This guy's Latino slant. You might know him as Paulie. Yeah, he's got a great channel. He's doing great stuff. You guys got to be following him too. That guy's gonna hit the moon someday. So anyway, all right, let's get back to some of the story stuff. Here's the bigger problem, and it's not even any of the stuff we've already touched on when it comes to Kimmel. The problem is that he wasn't just going back; he was doubling down. Jesse Waters put out a post in partnership with this clip, and Kimmel was planning to double down and attack MAGA before he got suspended. And this story kind of broke a little half-heartedly at the same time that one of the reasons Disney was going to push him out the door was because he was going to make more trouble for the 129,000 people in the demo that actually bothered to watch him. You realize that's like a medium-sized town. That's the equivalent of a medium-sized town. You, as an advertiser, you are appealing to a medium-sized Woolworths audience, and Woolworths isn't even around anymore. That's it. That's all this guy appealed to. His salary is $16 million a year. The revenue on this show for a year is $16 million. You understand what I'm saying here? He's the only one that gets paid. And we all know that's not true. He's got a staff full of, freak shows out there and also nice people, I'm sure. But he's got a staff full of people, guys, and just like that Colbert guy, the really bad, ineffective toothpaste guy, Stephen Colbert. You got to pay all those people. That's it, guys. That's it. Revenue is equal to one person's salary. If you're a single proprietorship, that's fine. But this guy has a crew of writers. He's got support people. He's got everything you have to have if you don't want to have a strike as far as union representation in every position. How much do you think it costs to make the show? That's the other thing. Let's say shareholders become aware of just how little impact this show has and how much it costs to make. How can Disney justify this? They can't. No, Disney cannot justify almost anything they're doing these days. They've hired a bunch of spreadsheet warriors with no practical experience that are unqualified for almost every job. How's that doing for them? Not so great. Anyway, so ABC executives told Kimmel to go on air and apologize, but instead he wrote a very hot monologue taking aim at MAGA. Disney said, "We can't have him go on the air tonight," and they yanked him from the air. Little Jimmy thought he was bigger than Mickey Mouse, but really, he's just bad for business. Now, those were Jesse Waters' words, but they were accurate. Disney was not going to let him back on air until he figured out how to apologize. In fact, one of the affiliate owners, actually, I think both of them, both Nexstar and Sinclair Media, said, "We want a full-throated apology." The guy at Nexstar is not a dude I would mess with. Sook is bad enough, but you get both them and Sinclair. Mind you, I think either Sinclair or Nexstar are after Tenga. And if they get Tenga, it's over. They own well more than a quarter of the between those three, they own well more than a quarter of the affiliate stations. Disney only owns 8. That's a conversation that we should have. Disney only owns 8. They own about 5% of affiliations, as far as my understanding is, right? 8. So even if the FCC were to take ABC's license away, that only takes 8 affiliates off the air. Jimmy Kimmel by himself takes off over 30. Because people don't want this guy. And it's in major areas. I already said KTLA, and you have like super whiny, "I'm not relevant and I should be investigated for a murder on my property," Obama, is whining about this. Crazy stuff. Caveat Ty says the state with South in its name is always better than the North ones. Well, sometimes that's geographical, my friend. Caveat Ties. Anyway, you can follow this thread if you want to. I just thought it was fascinating. I mean, these are always the fascinating things to me, is what the actual results are. But here's where it gets worse. Guys, if you're a gamer, pay attention. According to Pirate Nation, Battlefield 6 forum mods on Steam are permanently banning users from mentioning a senior developer's mocking comments about Charlie Kirk's murder. This tells me that the people that make Battlefield 6 are okay with mocking Charlie Kirk's death and being killed by that disturbed individual who everybody should have been struck that was a disturbed person in the first place, right? Why are we allowing a lot of disturbed people around? And we aren't reopening or building new mental hospitals. I don't often disagree with some of the actions of President Reagan. There are 6 incidents in total, and one of them was closing the mental hospitals. Because I think you and I will agree we need them pretty badly. But you've been banned from Battlefield 6 Community Hub. One of your devs on Blue Sky said Charlie's rhetoric led to violence that took his life. Fire them. And that's the ban reason, kids. Because you called out Battlefield 6 devs, at least one of them, said something heinous. That's not a bannable offense. I mean, even if you chose to ignore it, which clearly this is a way to ignore it, but even if you chose to ignore it, wouldn't cost anything but these 6 lines, maybe, in a forum. This is not going to go well. We just watched the results of this. You're going to see so much backlash for Ghost of Yotai to go along with the backlash they were already going to get because of the cracker suit that they hired, the freak show voice actress, and the fact that they turned game 1 into game 2, the chick version. I'm not buying it. I likely will never play Ghost of Yotai. I won't. I don't know about you. So there's that. Thank you, Pirate Nation. And let's talk about this. Yesterday, if you follow politics, something strange happened. 48 of 51 nominees were confirmed all at once. They took the quote unquote nuclear option. And, well, in the first example of the first time in a long time that this has been done by the Republican Party, where they take advantage of the fact that they have power, I wonder if it felt good. Mind you, I don't trust this guy, Thune. I don't like him. This was a grandstanding moment for him. He used it as such because his political leveraging to this point was to drag his feet. He doesn't like the 3 people that didn't make it. So now we need to push harder for them. I really don't like Thune. I think he's a snake. But hey, those are my opinions. Let's talk about something funny. This is we'll wrap the show with this for those of you out there. Man, you guys are on fire today. Let's talk about this. This is President Trump. He went to the UK. He called out the need for free speech, and the liar that's currently in office, Keir Starmer, lied. Of course, we have free speech. No, you don't, you little Nazi. I said it. He's a Yahtzee. There in the UK, you're one step shy of brown shirts actually walking around patrolling with the police. It's coming. You guys have an invasion in your country that's at the highest level you could imagine. You are growing faster than the island can support, especially when it comes to social programs. And all the social programs are being redirected to everybody that, well, are actually British. This is a problem. Anyway, ABC excluded from Trump's UK press conference as British officials deny any link to clash with Australian journalists. Why? Why deny it? That's exactly what happened. A journalist from Australia, ABC's version of Australia, Australia Broadcasting Company, made the same garbage maneuvers as you would expect from any ideologically captured entity, which, let's face it, almost the entire country in Australia has been savaged with that. But the guy was a complete douche. And telling Downing Street that that wasn't an issue, not true. Trump didn't want any part of Sadiq Khan either. Not that those of you who are in the UK wanted him either, but he didn't want to be anywhere near the little twerp. I wouldn't. I hope you take your country back. I really do. Anyway, this was all a result of an exchange between one of the reporters and Trump. Apparently, there were logistical reasons that were cited that this reporter was excluded, but he was just kind of a massive douche. You can go and find this tweet over on the Tennessee Hollerer. It's worth paying attention to. The video down below you can certainly play and find out. but I think it'd be very interesting. And I think finally, let's talk a little bit about how well things are going in Wall Street. They are coasting toward a finish of another record-setting week. And this is after the AP has tried to cast and couch the events of the week very negatively. It's just the way it is. So, but it's going to be a big day. The S&P edged up by 0.1% to start, and the Dow Industrial Average was up 17 points, but already climbing when we started the day. It's going to be a great day. All right, folks, we had an extended bonus time today. We've got a great show coming up next. Midnight's Edge in the morning. We are automatically redirected to go from here to there. We've got the folks over on the Green Machine. I've got some emojis to go look at in the Discord, and we may have some more over on the Green Machine for you. I want to say thank you to all of the extra effort by everybody in the chat. It was great to see Clifflix here and so many more. And it was really nice to see SFX F314 Saber Tooth Raptor. We've got loads of things to get through today. I hope your Friday is extraordinarily wonderful and you have a great weekend. We will be back here tomorrow morning for the Saturday News Update. And as Six says in the chat, make today great. You're great. Make today great. And Clifflix, D-Bud, all of y'all, you're the best. Eric K, love you, brother. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, if not sooner. I may get a bug up, guys, so keep an eye out, because if I get a bug up, I'll be live again. And it meant there's some kind of breaking news, which it seems like there's always breaking news. On that note, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, see ya. For real.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back.
Ruby Hoove!
Oh God,
thank you.
Wasted, so mad
okay, now I'm really out of here. Bye.
I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll play it on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I don't fucking take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty.